In this video, we will discuss how to install the RAID 7 compiler and how we can execute or debug the 8051 microcontroller program, both in assembly language program and in embedded C. So first we will discuss how we can install the RAID 7 and so parent company is Risonance, and we require two software modules for debugging. One is a RAID 7 and another one is a ARKit 51. So ID for which supports different microcontroller, and we required a 8051 compiler so that we need to install ARKit 51 also. So we need to install both RAID 7 and ARKit 51. So presently we need to install these two. Older version, the single version support both. Now, it's actually the short form of Risonance Integrated Development Environment, right? And either you can go to the website www.risonance.com, or you can directly go to the support risonance.com. Okay. So we'll see how we can access the download file. So this is the Risonance home page. You can go to the support, and within the support you can go to the downloads. And if you click on the downloads, it will reach this particular page. Here you can see that the loading options are enabled in support extranet. So please click on this support extranet, and it will redirect to support resonance.com, or you can directly type this ID and you can reach here. And before downloading, you need to create an account. So if you don't have an account, please create an account. Okay. Click on that create an account button and give the details, name, email ID, password, etc. Okay. Once you create an ID, you'll receive a mail. Okay. And I already created a mail, so I will directly go to the login part. So others, please complete this registration part. Okay. Uh, so once you log in into this particular site, support risonance.com, we can see product downloads. So within the product download, you can download two softwares. One is RAID, which is 7 point something. You can see that. You need to install this. Please click on this and it will redirect to a new page. Here you can see product RAID. So please click on this RAID, and you can see that software is downloading. Okay. So product version name, different versions are available. And if download is not started, please click on this product version. Okay. When you scroll down, you can see uh, some file product version. So click on this particular version. Okay. And once you download this file, and you need to install one more file, that is ARKit 51. So this ARKit 51, you can click from this particular link, and again you can see that ARKit 51. So here you can see the installation steps. So first you need to create an account. You already created, that's enough. Use the product key generator below to create a serial key. So there is an option to create a public serial key. Okay. So before installing, you can create this serial key and download and install the software. Download the latest version of RAID 7 and ARKit 51. So make sure that you are installed RAID 7 first, then ARKit 51. We can see the instructions here. In order to activate the software in RAID 7, launch RAID 7 and help, you can license or serial key, click next and get the activation code. Anyway, you will get 1 month free usage. After that, you can generate the activation code. Okay. You can do the necessary steps. Okay. You can generate the public key here, and you can download this ARKit also. Okay. More versions are available. I prefer the latest version. So please make sure that you are installing two softwares, Ride 7 and then ARKit 51. So please install these two softwares. Once you install the software, you can see this. You can go to the software part now. Okay. After the installation, you can see whether the icon is in the desktop, Ride 7, or you can directly go to the installation directory. You can search there. This is the Ride 7. Please double click on this particular icon. Okay. Or you can, I'll tell you another option to select this Ride 7. Simply go to the programs and search Ride 7. Okay. Or you can go to the programs, and in program you can type Ride. Okay, this Windows 10. So Ride 7 will be there. So please click on this particular icon. Then the software will be launched. So this is the Ride editor window. Here you can see different button. I'll tell you the basic things for programming. You can go to the file. There you can create new project. So when you choose a project, please choose the processor or microcontroller. So there are different version of 8051 is available from different manufacturers. Uh, but Intel didn't see here, so you can choose Atmel, small 8mul 89C51, which is similar to 8051. So 4K memory and all. Here you can type the application name. Default there will be an application name, or you can give some other name. Can put lab experiment, maybe one. So create a new project, finish. It will create a project. Now we need to create a program. So first we'll see how we can write the assembly language program. So we can choose this source file. Already we created project. Now we need to choose a source file. So a new window will be opened. Okay. So within this window, you can type an assembly language program. So when you write an assembly language program, so 2 3 commands you need to add in write. That is $mod 51. This is a compiler instruction. If you use this particular instruction and before the program, you can use the port names P0, P1, etc. In the program. Otherwise, we need to write the address of that particular SFR location. Okay, so always write this particular command before writing the program $mod 51. And next, you need to write where we need to store the program. So that you can use the keyword org, and we'll start from 00 onwards. In program memory, we'll start from 00 onwards. So I'll write org 00h. It indicates the hexadecimal address. So programs will write from 0 onwards in program memory. And I'll write a simple program to toggle the values in a port 0. So I'll write a move P0 comma hash 55h. So hexadecimal value 55h means alternatively zeros and 1. And I can directly use the name P0 here, port 0. Otherwise, I need to write the equivalent address here if you are not using this $mod 51. And next, I will move another value to port 0, that is AAH, just complement of the previous value. So when you give a hexadecimal value numbers first, please write 0 before that. Okay, 0 AAH. So it's actually AH, but before writing this A, you need to write 0. Okay, that's all. I need to continue this statement. So I'll write S jump back. So I need to repeat the steps. So this is back. So program control goes to here, and after writing the program, please put the command end. See, please make sure that you are comfortable with the instructions. This dollar mode 51 is not an instruction of 8051. ORG00H is not an instruction of 8051, and similarly ENT. Okay, all these things, mode dollar mode 51, ORG00H, and ENT, those are compiler instructions for this RAID 7. So please use the three basic commands in all the programs: dollar mode 51, ORG00H, and if you are using an assembly language program. Okay, once you write the program, you can save, because it's untitled, star indicates it's not saved. So you can save this particular file, and you can choose any folder. Normally it will direct to examples. So here I can write the program, let it be program 1. And if it is an assembly language program of 8051, please put the extension .a51. Okay, so program .a51, so that extension is .a51. So please save that particular program. So now we created a project, and you wrote some program. Now we need to link these two. So you can click on this project, and you can go to the add item. Okay, if you click on item, it will direct to that folder. Otherwise you need to choose the folder. So within the folder you can see your program, actually program.i51. So you can see the file name. If it is not displaying, please click on the source file. Sometimes it default it will choose C file or some other file. So if the source file is not displayed, please click on this particular button. And here you can see that program.a51. If you want to store, add any other program, you can choose that from particular folder. Okay, now we need to choose program.a51. Now we selected this particular program. Now we can save all. Okay, all the project, and we can save. Now we can go to the project button. If you click on the project, you can see that make call, build all options. So please click on this particular option, make call, make project. It's actually the compilation. If there is some error, it will be displayed here. For example, if I made any mistake here, let's write P6. There is no such instruction. So if I made any mistake, you can see some error in line. You can see undefined simple P6. So if you click on that red line, you can see it will point to that error line, and you can correct here. There is no such ports P6, so that's why there is an error. So save up. Now we can go to the project, make project, and next we can click on build project. So once you successfully built, you can see the build successful. Okay, otherwise you can see some error message here, red color. So this is the editor window. You can create project and you can edit program. Okay, once you build the program, next we will move to the debug option. So here we can see the debug, and debug you can click on start. Okay, so this is a debug window. So always make sure that whether you are using debug window or the project window. So if you make any changes in the program in debug window, it will not reflect in your result, because if you want to edit any program, you go back to the you need to terminate the debug window, and you need to go back to the project window. Okay, now it is in the debug window. If you look at the left side, you can see different options: disassembly view, code view, X data, SFR, bits, main registers. So if you click on that, you can see the main register content. It will be useful when you execute the program. Here you can see the ports. Now we need port 0, so you can choose on port 0. So initially the values are displayed as FF, and each line green indicate is a high. Okay, and here you can see in assembly code, you can see your hex value corresponding here. It is move 80h comma ah. Initially we written move p0 comma hash 55h, but the assembler converted it into hex code. that is 7580A. This is actually sorry, here you can see 758055 for the instruction move 80h comma hash 50. Actually we written p0, but this compiler directive dollar mode 51 automatically convert that p0 into 80h. Otherwise we need to write 80h here. Okay, so it's a SFR 80h is actually p0 port 0. And you can see the jump instructions and corresponding hex code you can see in this particular window. And in order to execute this particular program, either you can press this play button, run. If you press this particular button, it will continuously execute the program and you can see the output. But if you want to execute the instruction step by step, you can use this particular button, step into. So after this play button, you can see step into. So now the control is in move p0 comma hash 55. Now we can look at this particular port. If you click on this, the instruction is executed and 55 is transferred to port 0. The next instruction is p0 is loaded with AA, not 0A, it's AAH actually. So in compiler, if you write any hexadecimal value with alphabets, initially we will write 0. So next, you can see that AA. After that, program control go back to back. If you again press this step into, the again program control goes to the first instruction, move p0 comma hash. Now the value is AA. If you press this button, again it's 55. And if you press this step into, continuously you can see that port values are changing. Red indicate 0 and green indicate 1. So alternatively you can see 0 and 1. When you connect an LED in port 0, you can see that continuously the LEDs are on and off. Okay. So this is all about debug window. And after executing this program, please terminate. You can go back to the project window. So now we can make any changes in the program. Instead of this value, you can put some other value. For example, you can write FF. So for that, you can put 0FF and next value is 0. Okay. So now we can try this particular program. Again, save all. You can go to the make project and you can build the project and you can go to the debug window. So in debug window, again, I can perform this operation, step into. So you can see FF00 is continuously loaded. Okay. Or you can directly press this run button, but at that time the execution is so fast, so we cannot see this particular output. So after that you can pause also. Okay. This is all about the debug option. Now we'll go back to similarly you can choose different options here, port 0, port 1, port 2, UART. Here you can choose the serial data transmission port, timers, etc. SFR view. Code view is actually the program memory, how the program is stored inside the memory. See, your first instruction is move p0 hash 0FFH, that is 7580FF. That's a 3-byte instruction, 3 byte is used. The next instruction is again 3 byte. You can see that 758000. After that, you can see S jump back 80. So the total size of this particular program is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an 8-byte program. Okay, so total memory locations used is 8 byte within the program memory. And similarly, you can see the main registers, program counter value PC. When you execute the instruction, each time you can see that program counter is changing. Now it is 06 means it will execute next instruction to be fetched in the program memory 06. Here in assembly code, you can see that 06 we are return S jump back. And when you press this, program control goes to origin 00 because move p0 comma 0 FFH is written in address 00. Again, if you press the button, program control goes to 03. Okay, you can verify all the concept you studied in architecture or in 8051. SCC is the accumulator, PSW is the program status word, stack pointer, DPTR, B register, C is a carry bit, etc. Uh, Similarly, you can see different registers R0, R1, etc. Bank, which bank selected. So after go through the architecture, you can see all the concepts studied in HRF1. You can verify in this particular register or Windows. Similarly, you can choose data view. This is a RAM. It's actually indicating total general purpose and SFR. But if you want to see only SFR, you can click on this particular window. X data view is actually external memory. When you are using external RAM, you can see here. Okay, this is a code view already we discussed. Bit view is actually in nature of I1, memory locations are bit addressable. So the bit addressable location you can see by using bit view. And it's all about the debug option. Okay. Now I'll tell you one more thing. If you want to load any other program, simply you can click on this and you can remove that. Okay. Do you want to release this from? Yes. And you can add a new program. Okay. Or you can create a new project also, or you can add new program. Okay. Add item. You can add any other program. So now we'll add another program. We'll write some other C program. Here you can see that some C program is written. Okay. So for that you can select C program. So this is the C program. See here you can see that both program.a51 and untitled C is there, but the project is in the project we added untitled C. So when you compile, it will compile only this untitled C, not program.a51. So if you want to add a51, you need to add that program. So this is the C file. In the similar way, you can create the C file. So you can go to source file. If it is an untitled one, you can write the C program, embedded C program. After that, you can save the program by using any name, for example, as test.c. Okay. So when you write embedded C program, the extension should be .c. If you write assembly language program, it should be .a51. So now you can see that it's a test.z. Okay, we can write the C program here, and if you want to add this program, please remove this program, and you can add new program, add item, and you need to write test.c. So there is no program, but you need to write here. Okay, so this is a C program. I can show you how you can write this program. So in embedded C program, we will include hash include reg51.h as far as other command. Okay, already this program is already explained in another video. So I will just give you an idea how to debug this particular program. Simply start. Sorry, before that you need to build. Okay. Okay. So build successful. This is a debug window. Now we can do the same thing. So if you step into, you can see the program is executing. Okay. It's another program, data transfer program, that we will explain in another video. Okay. So after that, you can terminate. If you want to open any other project, simply go to the open project. Here you can see some other programs are already written. So you can choose the application one is another project. If you choose that, you can see some other program. Okay, and you can execute that also. So this is how we can use this RIDE 7. These are some basic features. Similarly, you can go to this help portion. Right side, you can see the documentation. Here you can see the different tools used. So assembler, please click on this. You can see the assembly language help file, and similarly for the each one. So if you have any doubt, please read this particular help file. Okay, thank you.